The joint bombing campaign in Syria was hailed a success by Theresa May, Donald Trump and Emmanuel Macron in talks by telephone on Saturday afternoon. Britain launched cruise missiles as part of the coordinated military operation with the United States and France in response to the chemical weapons attack in Douma 1 week ago. Mr. Trump declared it was mission accomplished and thanked the UK and France for their wisdom and the power of their fine military. A perfectly executed strike last night. Thank you to France and the United Kingdom for their wisdom and the power of their fine military. Could not have had a better result. Mission accomplished. Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, April 14, 2018. In separate calls, the Prime Minister spoke to the U.S. and French presidents to discuss the offensive. Three leaders agreed that the military strikes taken against the Syrian regime's chemical weapons sites had been a success, a Number 10 spokesman said. All NATO allies have given the action their full support, Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg said. Speaking in Brussels, he told reporters, before the strikes took place last night, NATO allies exhausted all other possible ways to address this issue through the UN Security Council by diplomatic and political means. Since this was blocked by Russia, there was no other alternative than to react the way they reacted at this time. NATO allies expressed full support for last night's actions in. Read the full statement, https://t.co/1psych1clipic.twitter.com/kiosin2sxio, NATO, at NATO, April 14, 2018. Mr. Trump said the joint strikes against the Syrian regime were perfectly executed. He added, could not have had a better result. Mission accomplished. Speaking at Number 10, Mrs. May said action was legal and defended the decision to go ahead without securing the backing of Parliament. She insisted that joining the military campaign was the right thing for us to do in the wake of the harrowing assault on the Syrian rebel-held town. The Prime Minister also warned Russia that the airstrikes should act as a warning over its use of chemical weapons. But she was accused of riding the coattails of an erratic U.S. president by the Liberal Democrats, and taking instructions from Washington by Labor. 4 Royal Air Force Tornado GR-4s joined the coordinated missile strikes at 2 a.m., launching Storm Shadow missiles at a base 15 miles west of Homs. PA Graphics. The Prime Minister said the cabinet had taken advice from the Attorney General, National Security Advisor and military chiefs when it met on Thursday. She added, we agreed that it was both right and legal to take military action together with our closest allies. Damage to the Syrian Scientific Research Center, SANA, AP. She insisted the action against Bashar Assad's regime was a limited and targeted strike to degrade and deter the Syrian government and was not about regime change. But she also drew a link with the nerve agent attack on Russian former spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia in Salisbury. RAF tornadoes launched Storm Shadow missiles at a regime chemical weapons facility 15 miles west of Homs, Syria. See images and video here. https://t.co/uc3love6qopic.twitter.com/rd85wlscsr. Ministry of Defense, United Kingdom, at Defence, April 14, 2018. Looking drawn as she spoke to reporters in Downing Street in a hastily arranged press conference, she said, we cannot allow the use of chemical weapons to become normalized, either within Syria, on the streets of the UK or elsewhere. At Mod_Russia, of 103 missiles, 71 intercepted by Syria's air defenses. No serious damage at airfields. 2 former industrial sites hit with no people or equipment in place. https://t.co/7go5zintwoxpic.twitter.com/oqqnz2favu. Russian Embassy, UK, at Russian Embassy, April 14, 2018. Russian President Vladimir Putin said the strikes were an act of aggression that would have a destructive influence on international relations. Asked if the action had also been a warning to Russia, Mrs. May said, the action that took place last night was an action which was focused on degrading and deterring the operational capability and the willingness of the Syrian regime to continue to use chemical weapons. There have been many instances when we have seen them using those chemical weapons. But I believe it should also be a message to others that the international community is not going to stand by and allow chemical weapons to be used with impunity. And RAF Tornado taxis into its hangar at RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus, after taking part in the airstrikes. Corporal L. Matthews, Mod. PA, Jeremy Corbyn said the military action against Syria was legally questionable, and makes real accountability for war crimes less likely. Bombs won't save lives or bring about peace. This legally questionable action risks escalating further, as U.S. defense Posted by Jeremy Corbyn on Saturday, April 14, 2018, he said, "Bombs won't save lives or bring about peace. This legally questionable action risks escalating further, as U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis has admitted, an already devastating conflict, and therefore makes real accountability for war crimes and use of chemical weapons less, not more likely." At an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley warned if there was further use of chemical weapons in Syria, America is locked and loaded. The PM has not ruled out further action if Syria continues to use chemical weapons.